Right. So you're here for the channeled messages. You're here to see what guidance is coming through for you that applies to your creative journey. So let's both get present together. You can place your hands over your heart. And I would recommend wherever you are, if you can, slowing yourself down, taking a pause, taking a breath. Just inhaling into the present moment. Exhaling the past, exhaling everything from before this moment, inhaling again, the present, and exhale everything you have to do after this moment, and just coming home to your heart, coming home to this moment, coming home to your creative family here with Awakened Creators, with me, Amanda, just here in this space. And open yourself up to receive and to know which messages apply to you and in what ways. Set an intention maybe for some clarity, for some confirmation, affirmation, guidance, whatever you most need in this moment. Breathe that in and exhale it out, knowing it's already done. Awesome. So let's get into it. The first message that came through for Gemini season for Awakened Creators and what you're going to need to know during this transit. So we're going to be in this transit. I think it started a couple days ago or a day or two ago, and it's going to go to about mid-June. So for the next month or so, you're going to be in this energy. And the first thing that Spirit wanted us to know is that are experiencing some forward momentum, which is great, right? So whatever you're working on, whatever goals you have, projects you have going, I saw a very clear indication of forward momentum. And the vision of the forward momentum was shown through a hockey player. So I'm seeing this hockey player skating on the ice, right? Moving very fast. So there is, again, that forward momentum, that movement. However, the focus was on their maintaining control of the hockey puck. So what does this mean? This maintenance of control, this maintenance of your energy. In order for you to experience that forward momentum with your creative goals that you're seeking during Gemini season, you have got to maintain some energetic control. And so we're being called and asked in this moment to practice holding ourselves as steady as we can through that back and forth kind of energy. So this could come in a number of ways. You might be being asked to apply new techniques for maintaining your energetic state. Maybe you started meditating, or you're interested in introducing meditation. Maybe you've started using new breathing techniques or nervous system regulation, which I have, and this felt like confirmation for me to keep doing that. Keep maintaining your energy, keeping yourself, your hockey puck, your focus on staying tight, staying tight in this stream. You're practicing alignment. That's what you're doing during Gemini season. To get to your goal, you are going to be practicing alignment. So what this also means is don't put so much pressure on yourself to score the goal this season. What you want to focus on during Gemini is maintenance of the energy. And what I was guided as far as actually hitting the goal, that part happens in Cancer. That part happens in June. Okay, June to July. Hi, Bonnie. So if you have a creative goal that you are focusing on during this Gemini transit, Spirit is saying you're going to accomplish the goal probably next season. Right now, your focus is on maintaining that alignment. That's what's going to get you to the goal. Do you see? So it's not about the achievement. It's about the maintenance of the alignment during this time. And you are getting better. So place your focus on balance, place your focus on being vigilant, right? Noticing an awareness of how am I feeling right now? What am I feeling right now? How can I get back to at minimum neutrality, right? This isn't about always trying to make yourself happy, but at least getting yourself to a place of relaxation, acceptance, surrender, peace, okay? Right in the center. So that dual energy of Gemini might feel like it's bouncing you all around, but your goal is to maintain focus. All right. Oh, one last note for that. Don't allow things to linger. Okay. So with this hockey player, hockey's a quick game, right? You're doing that puck, you're bop, 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 towards your goal. This isn't like you hit it and then you let it go way over there and then you chase it and you hit it and you let it go way over there. So this isn't about allowing big swings. Big swings happen, right? If you're experiencing big emotional swings, that's happening because you're not responding quick enough. You're letting it linger. You're letting your thoughts pile up. You're letting the emotions pile up. You're ruminating and you're just adding insult to injury and making yourself feel bad for feeling bad and just all of those things, right? And so Spirit is saying, if you're going to do this, you got to be quick. You got to catch on. Notice when you're slipping to the side, get yourself back, okay? Again, through those practices that you're developing, through focus, attention, through quieting the mind, through finding your center, surrendering the outcome, those sorts of things. Which brings me to the next message. Gemini energy, which the sun is in this archetype right now. So everyone's going to be affected by this just in a different way, depending on, how they're composed energetically. But one thing we know about Gemini energy is it is fast and it is talkative. Hello. I know sometimes I talk way too much and I'm practicing learning to listen more. But through all this talkative energy, and you might be making new friends, you might be, entering into more social spaces, you might be having more communications going on. Those sorts of things are great. But Spirit is saying during the season, you need to have peace. You need to have a go-to place of peace. And the place of peace that I was shown was the sunrise. So a meadow at sunrise. And the key to this meadow at sunrise was the quiet. Just quiet. So in all of this talkative, fast-moving Gemini energy that is flowing through your heart right now, and it's going to continue to for the next month, Spirit is saying, slow it down. Make a regular point to slow it down, to have a place to go that feels quiet. Quiet was the key, okay? Not everybody has access to nature. Not everybody, can run to a place that feels quiet. So if this means you have to put on noise-canceling headphones and listen to nature sounds while you sit on your balcony in the city, Spirit is saying, bring that in during Gemini season. Have a place to go. Have a retreat space to go where it is quiet. Okay, you're going to need it because there's going to be so much movement communication-wise during Gemini that it's going to start getting overwhelming. So if you've got all these thoughts running through your head about your projects and what you got to do, and like other people, you're talking to other people about what you're working on, or you're making new friends, or you're doing all this stuff, you've got to find that peaceful meadow at sunrise in whatever way that looks for you. Okay. Hi, Amy. Welcome in. And just check my notes to make sure I didn't miss anything. Right. So the the element of this visual that was involving a sunrise is there to remind us that as we are in the Northern Hemisphere moving into later spring and early summer, your energy is rising. Okay, so there can be a tendency to want to rush, to want to push, to want to go, because your energy is rising. So again, this peaceful sunrise is emphasizing that need to tone things down, to balance it out, to settle your energy, right? And create that serenity for yourself every day if you can during this transit. And the key is the quiet, the silence. No one talking, just you. And the universe. So start thinking about how are you going to incorporate this into your creative practice during this transit? What is going to be your peaceful meadow at sunrise? Where are you going to go? What are you going to do? Do you already have a vision in your mind of a place where you can start going every day to find that peace, to find that serenity, to find that quietness? If you don't feel like you have a physical place you can go to out in nature because of your location, how can you cultivate that quiet within your home? If this message is resonating with you, then heed the warning and already have a plan in place of what you're going to do and where you're going to go to create that quiet for yourself. Okay? It will serve you well. As we've seen with the first message and that hockey puck, there's a lot going on. And so you're going to need that anchor point. I can understand why that message was given to us to help us stay centered throughout this. Okay. All right. Woo, it is steaming up in here. Okie doke. Okay, y'all ready for the third message? Let's move into the third message. This one was really interesting. This was part of the intriguing bit, okay? That I was like, what? But it makes complete and total sense. So this vision that I was shown is for those of you who have a quiet ambition right now. Those of you who are working on something or desire to make moves on something, but maybe you're not sure if you should be sharing it or not, or you're not sure if this is something that you're ready to share about, okay? The vision shown to me is of a snake moving through grass undetected. Snake moves through grass undetected. And in this vision, we are the snake. We are the snake moving through the grass undetected. This message is about moving steadily yet stealthily towards your destination. Okay? This is about quiet ambition. This is about getting to where you want to go without tipping off a bunch of people. So again, if you have a project that you're working on or something that you want to do creatively, but it's kind of under wraps right now and it's sort of underground and not a ton of people really know about it, good. Keep it that way, Spirit says. You will know when it's time to strike. You will know. Trust that you will know. Okay? And in the meantime, go ahead and allow the energy to build, right? So there is a lot of energy and excitement here. because the snake moves on belly, right? It's all solar plexus. It's all moving with its own personal will and ambition. Okay. So there could be a tendency to like, oh my God, I'm so excited. This feels so good. And like, I really want to share it. I really want to tell people. And I really want to, you know, the excitement that you have building, you've got to, back to the hockey puck, maintain control and focus. Keep it to yourself for now. Okay. Allow that momentum and that energy to build. This may stretch some of us because I can already feel how, like, I already know what for me this applies to. And I'm like, oh, because I really want to share, right? And those of us who enjoy, you know, a lot of the aspects of social media, it's like we're trained to share now, share everything, right? As soon as we have a thought or idea, a project, we want to share it. And Spirit's like, take all the film you want, record, take the pictures, film all the content, do all that if you want, but don't share it yet. You will know when it is time. Okay. Allow yourself to move quietly towards your goal and hold it close to your chest for now. Yeah. Ooh, I love that. Yes, Jesse, I thought of you when this vision came in. I was like, oh my gosh, it must also be for you too, for sure. But yeah, it's a really intriguing message. But I would say too, this kind of came through in the Jim Henson channeling. There was a piece where he brought up not sharing your creations like before they're ready. And while his emphasis was for a different reason, if you haven't watched that channeling, it's on YouTube, full of treasures. And it was a direct channel. So that was really bizarre for me as the vessel, but it was great because Jim's wonderful. But one of the things he was saying about not sharing your creative projects is because, well, hold on. Hold that thought, because now I'm jumping ahead. I'm going to let the momentum build. All right. Hold that thought. I should trust my notes because I put it in the next one. These are also related. And that's where I think it gets jumbled for me energetically, because all of these messages that end up coming through, like, weave in and out of each other in such a beautiful way that is just like, because that's where it comes from. Okay. So the last channel guidance for Gemini season. So again, this is from now until mid-June. This is what Spirit wants you to know on your creative journey. Those of you who are birthing new creations right now, right? You have new creative projects. There's a lot of birth energy happening, especially those of us who are experiencing springtime right now. The vision that I got for this was like little newborn puppies, little baby chicks who've just hatched. And I could even, when I was channeling this message, I could hear like this sound. There's a lot of birds being born right now where I live. And I could hear the babies screaming. And so I knew that this message coming through was, oh yes, the ducklings. Yes, right? Ducklings. This birthing energy is happening for us too, right? So we have a lot of projects that are birthing right now. But your creations need your tending. This message is about what newborns need. Consider your creations newborn babies. They need nurturing and protection. Okay. Your job as the mother and father of these creations is to hold space and protect that creation, right? That's one part of it. The other part of your responsibility as an artist is to nourish your creation. Okay. So you're to protect it and you're also to nourish it. Sorry, Siri thought I was talking about her. So you're to protect it and then you're to nourish it. So let's talk about those two pieces. What does that mean? How do I protect my art? Do you just mean like not share it online, like you just said. Okay, that could be one way that you do protect your art. But what we're really talking about is giving it adequate space and time. Okay, having the space, giving it the time. All right. Also, protecting your creations means you don't place heavy expectations on it too soon. Yes. Thank you, Spirit. Do not place heavy expectations on your newborn creations. Do you know what happens when a mother bird, if she would place expectations on her newborn chick to fly, she'd kick it out the nest to the ground and die? We do that so often with our art. We expect the world of it right from the start. And it's just emerging. Could you just wait? Give it time, right? That's how we protect. We give time. Could you wait and allow me to grow? Allow me to develop? Allow me to evolve? So if you're rushing and you're pushing your creations, you're like, hurry up and be finished. You know, I should have been done with this by now. Like, you got to be going, you know, I can't wait for another layer. You know, this needs to be done now so I can post it on social media. Like, you are not protecting your creations. So pull back, okay? Pull back on the pushing and the rushing and the expectations. Allow space and time, allow your creations to breathe. And yes, this protection may mean not sharing it with certain people, especially people who poo-poo your creative journey. If you share, I'm sorry, I'm just going to call you out now. If you share your creative ambitions, your dreams, and your creations themselves with people who don't give a crap about being an artist or being a writer or whatever you're trying to be, you're doing your creations a big disservice. You're not protecting them. Why would you do that? That would be like walking your baby into a lion's den and being like, hey, lion, want to see my baby? Like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why? Keep it safe. It's your newborn. It's your dream. Only share it with people who you feel safe around. Hello, Awakened Creators. That's why you're here, right? That's why we have this community. So you have a safe space and the portal to share your creations in there, where like you don't have trolls coming to tell you suck or spammers telling you to promote your art at so-and-so account. Like, F off. I just want feedback from people who love me. So yeah, side note, just that. So protect your creations. What was the other thing I said? Not just protect, nourish your creations. How do you nourish your art? I can't feed my art. What do you mean nourish my art? You nourish your art by giving it your life force energy. Give it your life force energy. Give it love. Tend to it. Do it, right? This is the part where you actually do the thing. You write the stuff, you paint the painting, you log into your, whatever, and you create the designs. You actively work it, play it, create, engage with it. Give it your life force energy. Both are needed. You've got to both protect and you have to nourish. Otherwise, it will fall apart eventually. And so here's some examples. And I'm sure you have them. And if you do, share them in the comments of what you tend to do. Do you tend to lack protection? Do you tend to lack nourishing? Okay. If you tend to lack protecting your artwork, you are creating, like you're doing the stuff, but you're sharing it too soon. You're putting heavy expectations on it. You're trying to rush yourself to the finish line, or you're sharing it with people who don't care, right? Or don't support you. That would be an example of someone who nourishes their art, but then doesn't protect it. So make note of what you need. If you are nourishing them, mirror the writers who don't write, the artists who don't make art. You know, you are keeping it safe. You're keeping it to yourself. Maybe you have something that's so good, but like you won't work on it. You know, you won't give it any of your life force energy. And so what happens to a baby animal who's safe in the nest, but mama bird never feeds it? Safe in the nest, but mama bird never feeds it. What's going to happen to that baby? It's going to die. So this is where we have got to be honest with ourselves. This isn't about beating ourselves up, but it is about recognizing that both of these elements are necessary. You can literally see it in nature reflected as a truth. Okay? So we know we need both. Okay? There's no prescription to this. There's no, if you nourish it, it means you do it every day. There's no prescription to this. But if you feel like creating and then you don't, like if you have the life force energy but then not give, that would be neglecting your heart. You're neglecting your own heart. So be mindful of that. Both are needed. Okay. So yeah, about the Jim Henson channeling, what he was saying with regards to protection and not talking about your creative projects with other people yet. His point was that we have to, as the artist, build up enough confidence within ourselves about the thing before we can bring it out and allow other people's responses to it to not affect us. Okay? So if we don't do that, if we don't wait and we rush it out, as soon as someone has a question, we're like, oh, wait, I didn't think about that. Like, oh, you're right. Maybe that plot does suck. And like this whole thing isn't going to work. And we want to throw out the baby with the bathwater. So what Jim is recommending we do is that we hold it close to ourselves and we work it, right? We feel through the challenges of the project ourselves before we rush and ask for opinion. So again, like if I'm painting and I feel like, ooh, stuck on like what's next, I could grab another artist and I could say, what do you think I should do? But that's not building any trust in myself as a creator. That is not giving me the opportunity to grow through the obstacle of like, I don't know what to do, and then have to apply what I know about managing my energy, about relaxing, about opening myself up, about getting aligned with my heart, and returning and restoring my confidence and trust in myself as a creator, and allowing the solution, the next step, to reveal itself to me. This is where we're missing the practice. And I'm going to start talking about this more because we got to get on our shit, y'all. We got to do the work or this isn't gonna work, right? You can sip all the drip and drops of inspiration you want, but unless you sit there and move through the challenge, I don't even like the word block. It's like an evolution point. If you don't move through the evolution point, you'll never evolve. You won't expand. You'll be where you are a year from now in the same place. So we've got to remember the fact that we are artists means we have a courageous heart. Even if you don't feel courageous right now, you are in this body as a creator because you have a courageous heart. You just do. You wouldn't have come into this experience and said, I want to be a writer, I want to be an artist, or I want to be a dancer if you weren't brave. Your heart has already spoken for you. It's those layers and layers of programming and other people's opinions and fear and doubt and all of those things that you have overly identified with as part of who you are that are covering up the fact that you are brave. So that's why we do the work. That's why we alchemize in Sacred Circle. That's why we come and do the rituals every month. That's why we are here. So we can actively progress on our journey internally, and as a result, see our creative life expand. Okay? So listen to what your projects need right now. Listen to what your projects need right now. Talk to them, right? The baby birds are chirping in the trees so mama can hear them. The baby cries to say, I'm hungry, or I'm tired, or that noise, their sun is too bright. Can you protect me? Listen. You're building up, ooh, this fly. You're building up your capacity to hear, to listen to your creative projects, okay? And this is why cultivating an intuitive practice is so important, and why the first thing I want everyone to do when they come to Awakened Creators is go get the Heart Alignment Guide. Learn how to create safe space. Learn how to center in your heart. Learn how to invoke creative energy so that you can start building trust in yourself as an artist and in the part of you that already knows how to create this thing. Okay? When you can trust yourself as an artist, you can trust your projects. You can trust your ability to listen to your projects. And I mean literally. Center yourself. Focus on a particular project and ask it, what do you need? Do you need more protection or do you need more nourishment? Start that simple. What do you need? Do you need more protection? Do you need more nourishment? Feel the answer, non-judgmentally. Don't blame yourself. Don't feel bad. It's okay. What does it need? And once you have the answer, you can proceed with giving that to your creation. Okay, you need more nourishment? Let me put a date on the calendar. We're going to work together. I'm going to get together with you to play. I'm going to feed you with my life force energy. I am going to create this week. Oh, you need more protection? Okay. Well, how about I don't pressure myself to film everything and I give us just this quiet time together, just me and you, to paint, right? Like in the good old days before the internet was a thing, where we would just create things and we wouldn't film ourselves doing it, right? Like this obsession of having to document everything. So listen to your creations, listen to what they need, build that trust in yourself. It all gets to be so juicy and good, and it's developing you as a sacred artist, right? You're beyond just a creator or just an artist. You're a sacred artist. Like this journey, this creative journey for you is a spiritual journey. Everything you need to learn about managing your emotions, about regulating your nervous system, about dealing with relationship conflict, about all of that is going to be taught to you through your creative journey. You could literally just nurture yourself as an artist and learn everything you need to about the rest of life. All right. So trust that, build that trust, start building that trust. So what all of this, and especially this last piece, is about being good parents to your creative projects, right? Being a good mother to your creative projects. So again, if you struggle with this, it's likely, like if you struggle protecting, it's likely that you're rushing things or you are exposing them too soon or exposing them to unsupportive people. If you're not nourishing your projects, it's that you are neglecting them. You're prioritizing everything else over what it is that you really, truly love. You're ignoring the call. You're ignoring the call of your heart, the baby in your heart, the inner child that's saying, play with me, play with me, play with me. And you keep saying, no, later, later, I can't right now. No, 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 right? So we've got to get real about this, and we've got to take it seriously. And that's why I felt inspired to utilize this sacred support circle on Saturday inside the portal to focus on mothering our creative projects. And this is really for people who are ready to shift out of the same loops they keep getting stuck in with regards to their creations. Either they're not protecting them or they're constantly not nourishing them. If you know that that is your pattern, this sacred support circle is for you. And this support circles are in the Sacred Heartist portal, and they are only for Heart Alchemy members. Only. And the reason for that is that the commitment level is necessary in order to do this work. So if you are tired of hitting those same roadblocks and you know that now's the time to shift, that Gemini season, you're being called to something greater. You've got to get a handle on this. And a lot of times what I see with folks who would make the most use of this support circle about mothering your creative projects, I see a lot of patterns with creators who come from, how do I say this? Like creators who don't necessarily have a healthy mother archetype to look to, or who have struggled in the areas of fertility and birthing, like quite literally. Those can start to manifest in having struggles with bringing our creations to fullness, bringing our creations to birth, right? Or if we have had challenging mother relationships in our lives, or we felt neglected by our moms, or we felt not protected by the people who were supposed to love us, those things, those experiences can start translating in your creative journey to not protecting your creative projects, rushing them out too soon, and or not nourishing them, neglecting them, ignoring them completely. So we can ingest these experiences and then start acting them out towards our creations. So we really do have to do that inner work to clear those things. And the sacred circle is the perfect place to do that. These groups are super small. I mean, super small right now, which I am grateful for as a practitioner of holding space, because I would like to practice more holding this space. But also for those of you who are kind of nervous about the idea of sharing with a whole bunch of people, it's not going to be like that. There's going to be like 2 other people there with you and me. It's going to be a very small group. So it's meant to be small so it can feel safe, so that we can really get vulnerable about this stuff, especially mother issues. What? Talk about mother issues, but I promise you, if you can move beyond this, if you can release this pattern you have with mothering your creative projects inappropriately, you will have so much more abundance in what you can bring forward, what you can birth, because no longer are your creations being pushed out of the nest too soon, and no longer are they starving for your attention, but they're being nourished, they're being well fed by your life force, and they are being held until they are ready to fly. And that is the gift of this sacred support circle this Saturday. So if you are interested, and yes, and I will send you, there is a link in the bio to the Sacred Heartist portal. We do these support circles twice a month. So if you are a Heart Alchemy member, every month you're going to get 2 of these experiences, and we usually have a theme or something. So this week's theme is mothering our creative projects to completion. So we're going to talk about our mother issues, and we're going to hold space for each other and ourselves to experience massive transformation in this area so we can finally move on. But yeah, the link to the Sacred Heartist portal is in my bio. or if you're watching on YouTube, it's in the description box. Yeah. I think your experience is really unique, Jesse. You kind of got both, right? That dynamic with the protection piece. So that could cause some confusion about knowing when to share, when not to share, like when to expose, when not to expose your creations. And I'm curious how you feel about that. Like if you feel like you go back and forth between overprotection and then overexposure with your creativity. Yeah, so this Gemini season, I think, is going to be really fantastic. Remembering the messages, just kind of to recap here. The forward momentum is absolute. You are moving forward during Gemini season, okay? Spirits made that clear in the first message with the hockey player. You're moving towards the goal. Actually whacking it into the goal will happen in Cancer, okay? So be patient and use this Gemini season to focus on alignment. How do I maintain alignment? What works for you specifically? Is it breathing? Is it meditation? Is it, nervous system regulation? Whatever the techniques are that you are learning, keep doing them, keep practicing them, but don't expect yourself to hit that ace this month, okay, for this next 30 days. Let it be just practice for the next 30 days and focus on alignment, because guess what happens? When we are aligned, we hit the goal. All right. So that just comes as a natural byproduct of our focus. And then cultivate a space where you can get quiet, whatever that is for you. Did you think of a space? I would be curious to hear in the comments where you're going to go. What are you going to do? Is it a nearby park? You already like, I know the spot. I know the rock in the tree. I'm going to go there. Is it the noise canceling headphones because you don't have access to nature and to just listen to birds chirping or the ocean sounds? Like, you can virtual reality yourself to quiet and peace nowadays. So how are you going to recreate that peaceful meadow at sunrise, remembering that your energy is building, but go ahead and just let it build. And then as you are building that energy, moving like a snake through the grass undetected, not telling everyone online about your projects yet, but allowing the momentum and the excitement to build within yourself so that when you do get ready to share, kaboom, you are on fire when you're sharing it, right? And then lastly, this last piece that we talked about for a while, because it is so important, really learning to nourish and protect your creations and to listen to what they need. What do you need? Do you need more protection or do you need more nourishing? And being willing to be honest with the answer and deliver. Deliver for your baby. It's your baby. Take care of your baby. All right. And if you're interested in moving through some mother wounds and a safe space of other awakened creators, then definitely come to the Sacred Support Circle this Saturday. It is at this same time at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. In the Sacred Heartist portal for Heart Alchemy members. Okay, remember, Heart Alchemy members. So I love you very much. And I can't wait to hear how this Gemini season supports you and grows you on your journey. Watch it again and again throughout the season so you can remind yourself of all of this. And the replay for those of you on Instagram is going to be on YouTube. So if you want to, you can catch it over there. And I'll edit it up so that you won't have to watch the whole thing. You can just get to the good parts. The whole thing was good. What am I talking about? The whole thing was good. I love you. Thank you. Yeah, focus and then hit the goal. That's right. That's right. All right. Listening, rest. If that's what's coming up for you, then listen, listen, listen. Protect those creations, nourish them, and bring all of that mothering energy to your creativity. And if you need more support with that this weekend, I will see you in the Sacred Harvest portal. I love you. Bye for now.